last team. I don't know if you guys can see this list. The Jets are purchased. The Seahawks are the final team in this one. So if anybody wants to grab them, get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. Again, this is PYT 248. 4 packs, 10 cards per pack. 3 autos, 1 MEM per box. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one for 20 in credit. 23 contenders is up next after this one. So if anybody wants to grab those last spots in there, do so now. There's our empty box. Get your guesses in again for the player on the last auto. CD Lamb, Aaron Rodgers, Montez Sweat, Juju Smith-Schuster, Unforgettable, DeAndre Swift, Lightspeed, Randall Cunningham. That's a cool one for the Eagles. 16 out of 100 on the Lightspeed ink. Randall Cunningham for the Eagles. Congrats the Eagles spot on that one. It's not every day you get the Randall Cunningham autos out of these products. So really cool to see. Lad McConkey out of 100. 2 out of 100. Byron Murphy, Bo Nix, Keon Coleman, there's Dak Prescott, Anthony Richardson, Jahan Dotson, Kenneth Walker, Vestige of Cortland Sutton. JC Latham is going to be our auto here. That is out of 700. 140 out of 700. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We should have 1 auto left. You do not have to be in the break to guess, so get those guesses in. Mason Smith for the Jags out of 299. Jordan Whittington, Gage Hall, Byron Murphy again. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Breece Hall, Cortland Sutton, Dynamic Rookies J.J. McCarthy, Kirk Cousins out of 299, Zay Flowers on the Bright Beginnings. That is our MEM in this one. Brian Thomas Jr., Blake Corum, and Bo Nix. So this should have our last auto in it. Good luck to everyone who got their guesses in. Cooper Kupp, Josh Allen, Evan Ingram, Engage. That is Kyle Hamilton out of 100. 66 out of 100. Ahmad Sauce Gardner out of 100. 47 out of 100. Kamari Lannister out of 175. Troy Franklin on the year 1 auto. Troy Franklin is the guess of the break. If anyone guessed Troy Franklin, you got 20 in credit coming your way. And guys, if you do guess correctly, make sure you put the break number and the player you selected. Send us a message on eBay. There's Liatu, Chop Robinson, and Jaheim Bell are the final 2 cards there. Let's top load, recap, and then we're going to move on to our 23 contenders break. And guys, grab all the spots in the upcoming breaks. We got a bunch of breaks coming up Wednesday and Thursday, so make sure you grab your spots. Should get back on to a pretty normal schedule from here on out. '23 contenders PYT 227 is up next. Then we have 24 rookies and stars PYT 235. We did have a couple teams left in those 2 breaks. So if anybody wants to grab those spots, find that link in the chat. Use that code at checkout to get your discount. We'll do a recap here in just a moment. Got a couple more to top load. Here's the recap. We had Ladd McConkey out of 100. There's a base Bo Nix. Mason Smith out of 299. Dynamic rookies, JJ McCarthy. Kirk Cousins out of 299. Zay Flowers on the Bright Beginnings. Bo Nix again. We have out of 100 Blake Corum on the, or Kyle Hamilton on the Engaged. Ahmad Sauce Gardner out of 100. Kamari Lannister out of 175. Out of 100. That is Randall Cunningham on the Light Speed Ink. JC Latham out of 700. And Troy Franklin on the year 1 auto and the guess of the break. All right, that does it for this one. Contenders is coming up next. 23 contenders. Grab your spots. I'm going to update the list, get it printed out, and we'll get started on that one in just a moment.